Now, something that's been on my mind recently has been the wet pot system, the self-watering pot. Give a plant some water and you watered it for a day. Teach a plant to water itself and you watered it for a lifetime. But seriously, as much as I love the latest gadgets that are out there to help my everyday life, you don't always have to rely on electronics to make life a little bit easier and simpler. I rely on my plants to bring a bit of joy to my home and make it feel a little more cozy. That being said, I'm not always the most reliable caretaker to my plants. I oftentimes forget to water my plants, and I never know if I'm overwatering them. Nothing is worse than poorly taking care of your plants, and for it to ultimately die and its dead carcass to be another reminder of your failures. Luckily, I happened to come across these wet pot systems pots, which were developed in Sweden. This is an elegantly designed product. As you can see, every single part of it is aesthetically and functionally brilliant. I came across mine in the MoMA design shop here in the US, which contains nothing but well-crafted products. Now, they even put a lot of design into their packaging, making sure it's fully recyclable, which you can see from my unboxing, and it's something I give a lot of points to. Now, the manual inside comes in a variety of different languages, making sure the instructions are easy to follow, and the process to set it up is actually quite simple. Before planting, you want to fully submerge the pot in water just to make sure it's nice and wet to prevent any shock to the plant when you actually transfer it. After it's properly wet, you're going to remove the plant from its existing pot. You're then going to pour a little bit of soil inside the pot to make sure for when you actually put in the plant, it's properly level with the top of the pot. Now you're going to also want to fill around the plant with a little bit of soil to make sure that the space between the plant and the inner wall is full. It also recommends to make sure that there's no dirt or soil in the actual glass cylinder, just because when you pour some actual water inside, it's going to be really noticeable if there's any water discoloration. Now you're going to fill it with a little bit of water. I tend to do it before I place the terracotta pot in the glass cylinder, just because it's easier to pour. With that, your plant is pretty much set up. You can just leave it for about a week. That's how long I tend to go between waterings. Because it's a glass exterior, you can easily see inside and see how much water is left, so you always know when to refill it. Essentially, the plant gets its water from the moisture in the terracotta pot. I believe this whole process is called capillary attraction or action. I've heard it both ways. So if you're looking for a carefree way to tend to your plants, I highly recommend these wet pot systems pots. Now it comes a variety of 3 different sizes: extra small, small, and medium. For the extra small, the inside of the terracotta pot, pretty much the usable space you have, is 75 millimeters in diameter. The small is 105 millimeters in diameter, and the medium is 170 millimeters in diameter. Now the one you've been seeing on screen is the extra small. That being said, feel free to pick up whichever size fits your plants better. With that, I just want to say thank you for watching, and those are my thoughts.